Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to take a moment to talk about the Center for Disease Control, or the Centers for Disease Control. I always forget that there's an S on the end of that word. The Centers for Disease Control, or CDC, is one of the agencies under the Department of Health and Human Services. There's also the Food and Drug Administration and the National Institute of Health, among others. The CDC was founded back in 1946. Currently, it has almost 12,000 employees, down from the 15,000 they had in 2021, and has a budget of $11.5 billion. At the end of August 2025, or just a week ago, it was in the news that Susan Moneras was fired from her position as director of the CDC after just 1 month in office. Susan Moneras is a microbiologist and had a long history working for the government. She held roles in the Office of Science and Technology, the National Security Council, and the Department of Homeland Security. She had become the principal deputy director of the CDC in January 2025. In July, the Senate confirmed her 51-47. A month later, the Department of Health and Human Services announced on Twitter that she was fired. Her attorney said that she had not been fired, which is true. Only the president can appoint or fire her. The next day, that is exactly what happened. RFK Jr., the Secretary for Health and Human Services, wanted her gone because she would not stop vaccines, nor would she fire her senior staff. Along with her firing, several members of the senior staff that RFK wanted to fire. Anytime an agency loses their director and senior staff, it is bad news. The people that are moved up or brought in to fill those roles don't know what has to be done to run the agency. They do not have someone with experience that they can fall back on. Moneras' replacement as head of the CDC is a former speechwriter with no medical training. Do they even know what the CDC does? Or have they the expertise to understand how mRNA vaccines differ from older vaccines? The CDC does important work. Their purpose is to protect the public health and safety as they work to prevent infectious disease, foodborne illnesses, and other health concerns, such as obesity and diabetes. They are also in charge of vaccinations, something that RFK does not like. The panel of doctors that determine what strains of the flu are included in each year's annual vaccines, RFK has already fired them. He had the work on RNA vaccines stopped. Now the director who tried to stop him from making things even worse has been removed, and various department heads are gone as well. There has been a measles epidemic in Texas for a while now. 6 children died this year from measles. Before that, we had not seen a death from measles in our country for 10 years. Measles is an easily preventable disease. Most children are vaccinated against it. But with RFK pushing his anti-vax platform, children are not getting their vaccines and they are now dying. If elected, I would put a Secretary of Health and Human Services and a Director of the Centers for Disease Control that believe in science and will push the vaccinations, screen our foods for diseases, and do what it takes to keep American citizens alive. So on Election Day, ask yourselves, who do you want in charge? Someone who believes in the science and will do what it takes to keep you alive, or the other guy? Thank you. Have a good day.